Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian, welcoming you to a new episode of Out of the Park Baseball 20, where we went 94 and 68 and didn't make the playoffs because the Yankees are a bunch of jerks. Now, free agency allegedly starts this season, but if you take a quick look at the play menu, you'll notice there's nothing here about free agents filing. I think this is just the warning to let you know that arbitration is coming. But I don't think it'll hit this year. I think it'll hit next year. Yeah. So one of the things we're going to want to focus on once it becomes clear how this is meant to work is locking up some of our premier talent. But I don't think we're there yet. For now, what we're going to do is sim forward a bit. Let's go to the draft pool announcement. Oh, right. I need to get a new pitching coach. Because my Major League pitching coach retired. I mean, we could just kick Brent Damaso all the way up to the majors. All right. Well, what we're going to do definitely is I'm going to go ahead and promote Damaso to AAA as the pitching coach. There we go. Let's grab Garrett Shiflett. He's a really good pitching coach. There we go. Done. Let's advance a bit. A Silver Slugger for Johnny Grubb. Nice. Cohen's won almost all the votes. He had a very nice year. We got a new pitching coach. Let's review the team. Carlton Fisk and Chris Spire both had amazing seasons. Just simply amazing. Grubb was better than ever. Bry filled in nicely. Buckner cooled off a bit. But then again, I mean, this year always seemed like a bit of an outlier. So, it's not the end of the world. We need to fix third base. I think that's got to be one of our priorities. I do want to start making a couple of extension offers. But to whom? But to whom? Let's start with Bert Blyleven. You don't get an opt-out. You're a 24-year-old pitcher. You pitch until your arm falls off. All right. So we'll get Blyleven extended. I love Forster. I'd also like to get him nice and young. He actually doesn't want much of a raise either. That's good. Spire's not going to be cheap. But I'm also comfortable with his salary as is. Let's see. In 1985... he will not be my problem. So I'm actually going to go ahead and keep the existing contract arrangement here. That's fine. And let's try to lock down Caldwell, too. If I can get these guys locked down, I'm going to be totally happy. There we go. Done. All right. I wonder if Carlton Fisk is going to get any MVP votes this year. There's one way to find out. Surely he's got to get a couple of votes. Yeah, here we go. Fisk and Grubb both got a bunch of votes, as did Chris Spire. Nice. And no one has signed my contract offers yet. I suppose that's reasonable. Here we go. Blyleven, Spire, and Caldwell have all locked up. And there goes Terry Forster. Was that everyone, or are we still waiting on somebody? Oh, Buckner, who I haven't decided on yet. Okay. Ooh, Willie Randolph didn't get signed. There's Dale Murphy, Andre Dawson. Again, though, we're going to be picking at the back end of the draft. So it's highly unlikely that we're going to get any of the really good ones. I have quite a bit of money for extensions. Oh god, Fisk and Grubb. Yeah, he just wants a one-year deal. He ain't stupid. Neither is Grubb. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Buckner. Buckner wants to get seriously paid. Here's the thing. The Bill Buckner from 1970 to 1973 is probably not worth $400 grand a year. That's what he wanted, right? 360. The Bill Buckner of 1974 is definitely worth it. And just as clearly, the Bill Buckner 1975 isn't worth it. I'd be paying for the outlier year, which is a really bad deal. So what we're going to do this year is we're going to monitor his progress. And if he takes off really hot, we might give him a contract extension. If he doesn't, I might actually trade him as a way to acquire some great young talent down the road. Let's increase ticket prices to the unheard of sum of $2 a person. There we go. Let's increase the scouting budget. I heart my scout. He is the goodest. Hall of Fame voting. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty much just going to vote for the people I already voted for, because none of the first-timers really look like they're worth it. Someone else can vote in the first reliever, but that ain't going to be me. The draft is coming. Third base is the biggest issue we have to fix, if we can fix it this year. The thing is, though, New York got crazy lucky. Because if you look at their secondary offensive stats, it's actually kind of shit. They were only... I don't know how they ended up being third in runs scored when their other offense stats were quite near the bottom. I think it was just George Brett, really. Like, only 2 people hit double-digit homers. If we look at our team, 4 people hit double-digit homers. 1 person hit 20. And one of them isn't even that great a power hitter. I'm actually shocked that Johnny Grubb hit as well as he did. But yeah, there's a lot more capability for us to sustain this offensive level than there is for the Yankees. Who basically, George Brett hit the crap out of the baseball. And this Tony Solida guy, I'd never even heard of before. He's American Samoan, huh? We could use an upgrade at first. I think Ed Goodson's time has come and gone. This is the other area I feel that we need to upgrade in. Yeah, we can't have a first baseman that hits below league average. So that might be something else to target in the draft. Let's focus on the draft right now. There's some good talent here, but I doubt most of it's going to fall to us because I'm pretty sure we're going to be picking again in the bottom half. Yeah. One team in the entire majors had a better freaking record than I did. The damn team that won the World Series. And that's also in my division. Fuck you, Yankees. Oof. Oh, we're only looking at batters. Right. There's some pitching talent in here, too. Let's auto draft until my pick. Okay. So, Wayne Gross is a fairly good hitter that can't play third all that well. He's got potential, though. He'll hit for enough contact at 250 or 260, and the rest of his offensive package suggests this is not a bad choice. I'm going to look at a couple of others, though. Jim Gantner can't hit. He might hit at some point in the future. Oh, but he plays third. And he's really good defensively. Fuck. This is a roll of the dice kind of player. Because if his contact develops, he's an amazing player. If it doesn't, he's complete shit. Because his secondary offensive package is enough to carry like a 270, 280, even 300 batting average. If he can't carry that... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, this is an issue. I don't want to know what OSA thinks. I want to know what I think, which is what my scouts think. And notice he just dropped off the list. There's also Rick Langford. He's actually quite a good little pitcher. I think we take Gross. And I think he goes straight to the majors and we just find a position for him. Maybe have him play first. I don't know. Right. Kevin Bell can't play third. Junior Moore can't play third. Andres Mora, good home run hitter, not much else. Ken Pape, really good defensive player, can't hit. Meh, 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 meh. The overwhelming theme at this point already in the draft is very much meh. I'm kind of drawn to Ken Pape though, because he's such an amazing defender that if he figures out how to hit at all, he could be a really good player for a lot of teams. Who does the scouting director want me to take? They want me to take Kevin Bell. I guess. Yeah, I can see it. We'll take Bell. And then I'll take Pape if he's still around in the next round. He is. I'll take him. And yeah, we're already at the everyone is shit phase of the draft. Which is okay. Negotiate. Go. I'll just make all the offers. There we go. I mean, none of these players are bad, and Gross, at the very least, has the potential to be a very solid bat. And I like that. What I don't like... Ooh. No. 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 Who's on the trade block? Darrell Evans. I would give up an awful lot to have Darrell Evans on my team. I would give up so much. And I know that there's a snowball's chance in hell I could probably get him. There is no single player. I get it. What do we start with? A Bobby Fail and Pat Scanlon. Still no one I can throw in there. John the Acquisition. I'd have to give you Chris Spire. Not going to give you Chris Spire. Ted Sizemore. That's where we get into the area that there's players here I'd be willing to consider moving on from, like Gaylord Perry. But the thing is that then creates a weakness at second. So this is kind of, yeah. As much as I'd love to have Darrell Evans, I can't sit here and say that, yes, that's the deal I can afford to make. Let's focus on third base. Now, Aurelio Rodriguez plays third well but can't hit. Petrocelli can hit but can't play third. Wayne Garrett. Hello, my friend. May I interest you? I mean, I could just give you Gaylord Perry. He's 37. The dude's not likely to be all that great next year. And this fills a giant hole on the team. Let's do it. And I'll see if I can get you to throw something else in, but the answer's probably no. What about Lamar Johnson? Would you give me Lamar Johnson too? You need to think about it. I will happily give you some time to think about it. If you say no, you say no. That's whatever. Ah, no way. Okay. But we're now at the point where it's like, look. You just drafted Andres Mora. I don't want Tim Blackwell. I don't have a spot for him. You know what? I'm just going to make this deal. Ooh, actually, if you guys really like Stanley that much, what if we start with Fred Stanley? No, huh? Okay, that's fair. The thing is, Bill Hands has actually been very solid for us. Gaylord Perry really hasn't been. Let's do it. Do you have a starter that you could be persuaded to throw in? Like Steve Hargan. And he wants to think about it. Okay, you can think about it. No way. But we're almost there. Look, if you want this shitty pitcher, this is a really good deal. This basically means we downgrade slightly from Perry to Hargan, but then we upgrade third base. Just really solid decision, in my view. Garrett, you're a third baseman. Get used to it. The third base problem is now fixed, as is the starting rotation problem. This is beautiful, my friends. This is absolutely beautiful. Wallace gets promoted, for sure. Folkers, you get put on the 40-man. Frayling does too. Maroney, don't care. And Simpson gets put on the 40-man. That's fair. Okay. Now let's go up to the Rule 5 draft. Fans are kind of bummed about losing Gaylord Perry, but I think we made the right call. All right. And I just inadvertently blocked someone, didn't I? No, because the one kid was going to be a first baseman anyway. Yeah, I want Gross to play first. Where his lack of his lack of defense wouldn't hurt us as much. So Gross goes right to the majors. Bell is going to toil in Double-A for a bit. Pape is going to Single-A. Oh, wow, really? You don't think he can handle Single-A? You think he... Okay, rookie ball it is. And then Scott can be in Double-A, I guess. That's all fine. Yeah, Gross is here to provide some extra offense. He'll play somewhere at some point. For some reason. Oh, Rule 5 draft, right. I genuinely don't care if any of the players I have get taken. And there's not really much here to grab. Yeah, there's not. Complete draft. Hall of Fame voting results. Maybe Bunning makes it this year. We are so close, you guys. We would have made the World Series last year if not for the insane Yankees. Oh, Billy Pierce made it. Congratulations. Poor Jim Bunning. Like 2 or 3 people didn't vote for him and he got kept out of the Hall again. We do need at least one 30 homer guy. Oh, you increased my budget. That was nice of you. Right. Salaries. So here's the thing we need to keep in mind, right? As soon as I win the World Series, we're going to move on to the next team. So it doesn't really behoove me to spend too much money on players if I don't know that they're going to contribute in a meaningful way. So for right now, I'm not going to sign any other extensions unless I can just get them for a year or two. As we get closer to the end of the season, though, I may change my mind on that. One thing I love OOTP, if anyone from the company is watching this video, give players a little email that explains the major historical changes that happens. Like before this season, free agency coming the next season. Just a quick little email in the game helps. First of all, it helps players who don't know the history get in touch with the history, and makes players who do know the history. It's a nice little Easter egg. It's something to think about, and you can educate your players about baseball history. It seems like that would be a very easy thing to do as someone who's never developed a video game. But it seems like that would be a very easy thing to accomplish. And I'd like to see you guys try it. Moving on. A trade proposal. You would give me Rusty Staub, who's meh, Johnny LeMaster, who's shit, in exchange for Steve Bry. I'm going to go and put Steve Bry on the untouchable list for this season. Because he is. I truly need a center fielder that's capable, and he is that, if nothing else. What were my owner goals for this year? I need a power hitter. We need to get more home runs. I agree to both of those things, but I don't know if we're going to make it or not. We'll see. No, I don't need bullpen guys. I have the strongest bullpen in baseball. I really genuinely don't need more help in the bullpen. Just stop. I could trade Wallace, but I don't even know what I want to trade for. Yeah, I don't get why the AI does this. Why they spam you with bad reliever requests in exchange for players that are worth more. Um, Wallace is a fairly decent hitter. He could easily see some at bats in the major league roster. So no, untouchable. What do you say to that, jerk faces? Like, I don't want to win spring training. I want to win what matters. But I guess it is kind of nice that I went 17-8 during spring training. It's kind of nice. We do have a lot of older players, though, which means at any time they can crash and start dropping. Oh, wow. Wayne Gross all of a sudden became, like, definitely a good first baseman instead of merely a mediocre one. Like, holy shit. Sizemore got a bit better. Ayala got better. Okay. For the most part, not a ton of useful information, but there is some. Okay. So we have 31 players on the roster. Let's get people moved around. I really don't like the idea of trying to make Aquisto a starter. No, he's a reliever. I get what you're trying to accomplish. I don't think he can manage it. I'd want him to do that in the minors, not in the majors. Okay. Freiling is a bad reliever. Demoted. Pitching. Right. I have 14 pitchers. I need to get rid of about 3 of you. Reynolds gone. Simpson gone. You know, I probably would like to have another bullpen guy at this point, actually. I think we're at that stage that I would like another bullpen guy. Alright. Scanlon, minors. Woodward, minors. Trade Goodson? Like, there was a time when Goodson was a definite part of our future plans, but I honestly look at him and I just don't see it anymore. If I can get a reasonable prospect return for him, I will trade him. Let's do it. Let's see if someone would want Goodson enough to part with, say, a young starting pitcher for him. I only want starting pitchers. Let's start with this. And if no, I get no response, I get no response. Okay. Let's step it up to include regulars and veterans. I could get Woody Fryman for cheap. Woody Fryman's actually a pretty darn good pitcher. And I would like to have one long arm pitcher in the bullpen to step up in case a starter gets hurt. Let's pick up Woody Fryman. I mean, I will obviously check and see if he'll give me anyone else, but you probably won't. Like, look, even Doug Flynn is probably out of their price range for us. Could get like a Dan Larson. You throw in Larson? No, you won't, because you can't. Actually, a future manager of the Minnesota Twins, Tom Kelly. Was he the manager or the GM? Now I can't remember. I think it was the GM, because I think Ron Gardenhire was the manager of those Twin teams in the 90s. No, I don't remember. Right. What if I throw in one of my less good relief pitchers, say a Rich Folkers? I just want an interesting bat. Someone who has some value. I can get Roger Repo's back. You'd probably love to give him to me. Or like Doug Alt. You know what? I would do it for Doug Alt, actually. Oh, no, you won't give me Alt. Because Alt is a rookie. Yeah, you won't give him to me. Just grab Repos and stick them on the bench? Yeah, okay. Let's do it. Rich Repos is probably like, no, not back to the Brewers. Yes, Roger. Always back to the Brewers. And then DeTore. He can go to the minors. There we go. So now we've got what I wanted, which is an extra pitcher that can fill in as a starter. And I've got a pretty solid lineup now. Opening day. He wants me to make the playoffs. I want me to make the playoffs too, so. Do I even want to look at my farm system rating? I probably don't, in all honesty. It's probably going to make me weep tears of blood. 18th. Oof. Oof indeed. The White Sox are loaded. Look at that. Dale Murphy, Jack Clark, John Gantner or Jim Gantner. I don't know who anyone of these other guys are, but I remember Dale Murphy and Jack Clark. Who's the number one prospect in baseball? Chet Lemon. Yeah, that's fair. Number one pitcher's Len Barker. Pitched a perfect game for the Indians in 1970 something. I can't remember what year it was though. Okay. So we start off against the Yankees. And we go right to the bottom. Well, it's still very early yet. Bill Buckner suffered a setback. He's going to be out for 1 to 2 weeks. Okay. Well, that's all right. Now, we're not off to quite the rip-roaring start we were last year. But maybe that's good. Maybe it means we'll have more, Instead, maybe that means that, that we'll have more staying power. I mean, we won't just go into the toilet after the All-Star break. Yeah, this is very much a dogfight style year. Boston's off to just this ridiculous start this year. What does Boston have besides Gary Maddox hitting .343, which he never did once in his whole career? Okay, Hands got a shutout. Fryman got a shutout. Player development, Sparky Lyle got better. Ruthin got a bit worse. Caldwell got a bit better. Sands got better. Fisk got better. Gross got better. He's now becoming like an amazing first baseman, which is hilarious. But sure. Second looks good. Buckner's power's getting better. Matty Alou got a little bit better. Bry got better. Reynolds got better. And a bunch of players got significantly worse. Well, that happens. Wayne Gross is Rookie of the Month. He's hit 6 homers already. We should expect a little bit more out of average out of him. But this is not by any means bad. Let's get up to the first month of July. There's only 1 month of July, though, so I don't know what the hell I was talking about. Oh, shit. Hey, that's what we got him for, right? Vern Rule. I think you get to fill in. I mean, that's quite literally what I got him for. So, I'm not too irritated by that. But I'm not happy about it either. Okay, this is ridiculous. Stop blowing out my pitcher's arms. LaCourte, you can be promoted. Yeah, it's because these freaking morons in Boston were trying to make him a starter. That's why his damn arm blew out. Come on, Boston. Guys, we got to hope for some pretty major injuries on the part of Boston to even have a chance this year. Buckner, File, and Sizemore all want to come back. So does Roger Repos. All right. Rookie of the Month was Gross again, even though he only hit 205. Okay. So, we already know I'm probably not making the playoffs this year. We have to accept that. So what we need to do is we need to decide who's going to be part of next year's team and who isn't. Wayne Garrett, I'm tired of dealing with third base as a weakness area every year. I'm going to bring you back for 2 years. Oof. Okay. You're a jerk. Steve Hargan we'll think about. Buckner. Look, dude, you're having the worst year of your career. I'll tell you what we'll do. How about a 4-year deal? He wants 6 years. $5 years. Okay. I don't love this deal for Buckner, but he's also fairly good. Sizemore, holy shit, does he want a lot of money? Yeah, how about a 3-year deal? Yeah, these guys really want long-term deals, and I really don't want to give them one. Yeah, and I'll talk to some of the other guys at the end of the season. Seriously, quit killing my pitchers this year. Look, I gotta have someone be a starter for a couple of weeks. I literally have no starters. Look, Bill Travers, you can handle it. Anyone else here have a decent amount of stamina? No. Bill Travers, you get to pretend to be a starter for a week or two. Let's continue. Yeah, we're going to hit with injuries the worst possible time. And we got Buckner back. That's something. I'd like to bring Joe Price back, actually. It seems like he's really done a number to improve our hitting quite a lot. So I'd like to offer you an extension. Jeremy Willis, whatever. You're the assistant GM. You're the least important person in the franchise. You can come back. I love Walter Alston, but I also really like Ray Gibson. How would you get along with the current Major League roster? Oh, your developmental emphasis is a bit shit. Let's promote you to AAA, actually. Let's give you a bit more responsibility and see how you handle it. I could bring Alston back. Oh, I don't need to worry about Alston. It's Frank Austin. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to bring him back, too. I don't want to break up a team that really, really works. Man, you really had to ask for more money than me. You jerk. That's alright, though. Yeah, this is kind of a lost season. Now, if we get hot at the right time, we can probably... See, the thing is, Boston's not that great this year. I'm sorry, New York's not that great this year. Boston's awesome. And I keep running into this problem where one team ahead of me just has an insane season, and I can't compete with that. Great year for Forster. Fisk made the All-Star team again. A little bit worse this year than he was in the past. That can't happen. You need to start hitting, buddy. I literally have 2 All-Stars this year. Fisk and Forster. Well, shit. Alright. Yeah, really the whole team is just not hitting this year. Like, as a group, we're not hitting. Except for Wayne Gross. And only then he only hits homers and nothing else. This is definitely troublesome. And I don't know how we fix it, except just to keep plugging away and hope that things sort themselves out. But yeah, like, in every conceivable dimension, we're not hitting this year. Like, not at all. Which, in a way, is good, but in a way is also very bad. Because all it means is that once our bats get hot, and they should, we should start knocking people around pretty easy. Travers, get the hell out. Caldwell, you're back. Shutout for you. Baltimore would give me Bobby Mercer for Johnny Grubb. Absolutely not. How's Garrett feeling? Does he still want all the money? Yeah, he's super pissed at me. That's fine. Hargan's salary demands are actually quite reasonable. I'll go ahead and bring him back. How about Sizemore? Nah, he's still in a bad mood. Okay. I guess he's entitled to that. I have Tropico's music stuck in my head. It's good music to have stuck in your head, though. Damn it, we need Boston to cool off. And then, by the way, not instantly the Yankees heat up. Both things have to happen for us to make the playoffs this year. And this is basically what happened last year, just in reverse. Where one team got really, really hot and then just melted down after the All-Star break. Now, the only problem is Boston's success sustainable? Yeah, Fred Andrews is actually doing real super good. So let's go ahead and promote him to Class A ball. Kevin Bell is definitely hitting quite well. He can get himself a promotion up to Worcester. And Ken Crosby is about due for a promotion. Class A. Oh no, that's alright. It should stop when we get to the thing here. I think we're done. I don't think we're going to make it this year. I really do like Charlie Sands, actually. I think for what we need him for, he's a very good fit. So I would happily bring you back, provided that your demands are reasonable. They're extremely reasonable. Done. This is just frustrating as hell. Because as a team, we're not hitting. Like, no one is hitting this year. And usually, my response would be fire the hitting coach. Because that's the only reasonable explanation for everyone isn't hitting. Damn, Benny, you're forcing yourself into the discussion next year. I mean, Ted Sizemore's still hitting, so I guess that's something. Have you changed your mind yet? Have you cooled off? You have a bit. I'll tell you what, Ted, 4 years. Alright, we'll bring back Ted Sizemore. And then Garrett was the other one. Let's wait and see how he actually does before I give him a big fat contract. I hate this. I hate that as an entire franchise, we've decided that this is the year we're not going to hit. It hurts because it feels like it's a conscious decision. And I know it's not. I know that's just my head messing with me. But to see Carlton Fisk drop 100 points in batting average from one year to the next is just absurd. And it's because of BABIP. This literally proves it's bad luck. But, I mean, there's no way to fix bad luck. Let's look at, say... Oh, God, Johnny Grubb's contact just vanished. Wow. Look at that. It's all... Dude, if you can't hit for contact, you're nothing. You're just a guy. Yeah, I'm actually going to trade you. Yeah, I can't trade you this season. But I'll tell you what I am going to do, Johnny. I'm going to take you out of the DH role. And I'm going to let the game decide who plays DH. Wow. That's rough. And I should have been checking that. Because out of nowhere, he's like, yeah, I don't hit anymore. Hitting's now hard. Like, Bobby Ayala is clear. Benny Ayala is significantly better than he is right now. It's not particularly close. Wallace is a better hitter than he is. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to demote Johnny Grubb. I'm going to see if that kicks him started, and I'm going to promote Wallace. Don't let Wallace play center, please. But yeah, we're going to give it a shot, and we're just going to see what happens. Look at Al Cowens. Holy shit. Oh, his problem is he hasn't reached his potential yet. Not that he has lost it. But yeah, a lot of people just all of a sudden can't hit this year. Maybe we fire the hitting coach. Alright, look. Joe Price is young. We only scored 400 runs the year we made the playoffs. But he was also only did that for half the season. Yeah, you know what? I trust him. I think there's just something weird happened this year, and hopefully things will get a bit of a bounce back next year. We got Sizemore back. That's good news. Repos wants to come back. Is he even hitting that well? Not really. I mean, guys like Repos are like a dime a dozen. I can find them pretty easy. What does he actually want to come back, though? He just basically wants another one-year deal. I can give him that. Yeah, this was just the year we decided not to hit. Like, as a collective group, we decided we didn't want to hit. And, you know, that's what happens. There's not much I can do about that. And we also got hit with injuries really hard this year, which we actually had really good luck with the last couple of years. Yeah, here comes the frickin' Yankees roaring up. Guys, here's the problem. Wow, you're actually hitting really, really well, Ken. I'm going to promote you to A-ball and see how you handle it for the rest of the year. Fred Andrews had another very good year. Let's promote him to Double-A. Pat Osborne. One of the things that's really killing us, and it's entirely my fault, we need to start investing in starting pitching in a way that we haven't been. We typically only get relievers, and it's really hurting us. So, yeah. Because all it takes is a couple of injuries, and our season comes unglued. Hey, at least we'll get a better draft pick this year. That's something. No, I'm not bringing you back, Bobby. You only play one position and you don't play particularly well, so no. Go away. Yeah. If I don't get outright fired, yeah. Player development. Yeah, Woody Fryman's getting worse. Gross got better. Stanley got a little better. File got a little better. Wallace got quite a bit better. At least there's some good news on this season, and one of them is that Joe Wallace is hitting quite well. There's a reasonable amount of talent in the mid to high minors, but what there isn't is, in the offseason, I might try to trade Johnny Grubb. Jim Dunnigan's retiring. Good for him. And yeah, this was a lost season. But the silver lining is, if I don't get fired, I know you want to come back, Fred. Oh no, you're pissed off because you think you deserve to be a starting player and you're not. So just accept it, dude. Ah, the bloody Yankees again. Fucking Yankees. No one likes you, New York. Nobody. Well, I guess people from New York like him. Hey, Wayne Gross finished third in the AL in homers. That's pretty cool. That's probably about the only good thing that happened this year. Damn. Yeah, right now our biggest problem... Okay, I did get a new contract, which was very important to me. So that's good news. Oh, there's an expansion draft. Who expanded in 77? Was it Seattle and... Let me see, who else? Oh, and Toronto. Okay. Seattle and Toronto. So that'll be something new to do next time around. The good news is we didn't get fired, which I was actually genuinely worried about. Hey, we did better with the homers. So, yeah, he's actually happy that we did poorly. So that's kind of fun. It's another 1-year deal. All right. So you look, now we've got arbitration. Now there's different things we need to do. But we're going to cover that next episode. Here's the silver lining, though. Here's what makes this season one that I can stomach. So Seattle and Toronto will obviously get the number 1 and number 2 pick in some order. But we should end up with a top 10 pick for the first time in a while. Maybe not top 10. Top 15, certainly. Certainly the first half. But yeah, we need to really catch fire next season. Because finishing 4th isn't going to get it done. And until they do the 3-division format, which is like in the 1990s, they don't have wild cards. Even this year, the wild card wouldn't help us. I think we're just going to keep running into this buzzsaw that is New York and Boston. And I'll be honest, if we get through 10 seasons and I can't make the playoffs again, that's my benchmark. If we go 10 seasons and I don't make the playoffs again, we'll probably just chalk this up as a fail and maybe move on to the next team in the list. But I'll think about it. Feel free to share your own thoughts and comments down below. Until then, this has been Indian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.